Hi, I'm Bob Wildfong, the Horticultural Interpreter at the Seiling Waterloo Region Museum in Doon Heritage Village, and I'm here at our historic Peter Martin garden. I'm going to transplant some perennials today, and I'll show you how to do it too. I'm going to transplant this plant. It's called valerian. You might know valerian as a herb that's used for helping with insomnia. The roots are ground up and people use them to help to get to sleep at night. And it also grows a really beautiful tall white flower. I think it smells like vanilla. It's just a lovely flower, traditional in the Old Order Mennonite community. They call it "Kiss Me Over the Garden Gate." Now I'm going to dig up this plant and move it over to fill in a gap with my whole row of valerian here. I start off just about a foot away from the middle of the roots. Push the shovel in all around. Lean it up a little bit. And all the way around, I'm just staying a little bit far away from the plant so that I can get the whole root ball without slicing into it. Now once I've cut through all the way around, I should be able to just lean the shovel back and it should come out of the ground really easily. If it doesn't, then I'll go around again and just slice a little bit deeper. But this comes out really easily. Here's my valerian plant. Now here are a few tips when you're transplanting. Sometimes plants have a fibrous root system like this. The roots are just made of lots of threads. That's the easy one to dig up. Sometimes plants have a long taproot, like a carrot. Those are hard to transplant because you have to get the whole taproot. Imagine digging up a carrot and planting it again. Well, I'm lucky that this one doesn't have that. This is an easy one to transplant. It's also good to do this on a fairly cool day, not when it's too hot, not when it's too dry, because I'm damaging the roots. So the plant will suffer more if it's hot and dry when it can't get the water that it needs. It's a lot better when it's cooler, and especially if the ground is moist. So I've chosen a day just a few days after it rained and a few days before it's going to rain again, and also the temperature is not too hot. Usually spring and fall are ideal for transplanting. Here's where I want to put that valerian. It's a gap in between two others, and I thought this one I dug out was a little bit too close where it was, and there's a great big gap here. So I've dug out this valerian, and it's time to plant it right here. Dig a hole that's just a little bit bigger than the plant that I dug out. So when I put it in the hole, it'll have still a little bit of room around it inside the hole. Let's test it. You'll notice that I'm picking up the plant by the stem. That's okay to do that. If I pull it too hard, I might break it, but plants are pretty sturdy. You can hold them by the stem just fine. I put it in the hole, and I see that there's about this much room around it in the hole. That's perfect. That gives me some room to put some soil and some water in. And also, the soil of the plant is just exactly at the same level as the soil of the hole. So it's not too deep, but it's deep enough. It's just great. Sometimes when you transplant, you fill in the hole and then water. But think about it. The water has to get down into the hole where the roots are. So I like to water before I fill the hole. Let's just put some water in to that larger hole. There, now my transplanted valerian is sitting in a puddle. That's perfect. Now I'll just fill the soil around. The water is way down where the roots are, so the plant will be really happy. Now plants like to be in firm contact with the soil. They want to be snug with the soil just like they're being tucked into bed. So I will actually step pretty firmly on the ground all around the plant. You can put your whole weight on it. The roots are quite happy to be pushed right down against the soil. And there. Now that plant has water. It's firmly planted in the soil. I gap is filled up, and when it grows up and has those beautiful vanilla white flowers, we'll have a nice even row of valerian here.